Beep, 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 beep. But we're coming in with a new emergency special episode of the Comrade canceled. So I have unfortunately just received the indignity of being canceled. I suppose it's time for me to pack up my shit and get off the internet. But in case you were wondering where the last episode of the Comrade Cast actually was, YouTube has decided to remove it. Under what grounds, you might ask? Well, apparently under disinformation. I'm just apparently a shitty disinformation factory, which is really amazing because particularly in that last episode, the majority of it was just me literally reading verbatim news stories from like the Jerusalem Post and Al Jazeera and showing some footage from the BBC. So just backing up a little bit, if you didn't catch the last episode, it was just about talking about Israel's latest strikes into Iran and implications about that. I was pretty black-pilled in that episode. I thought like this thing was going to spiral out of control really quickly. A little bit more hopeful a couple days later, but still not feeling too good. So I did an episode about it, and like I mentioned, I just basically shared with you guys the information that was out there from credible news sources. Then I did a geopolitical analysis of where things are in the Middle East and what Iran's strategic goals are, what Israel's strategic goals are. Really uncontroversial stuff. And that's the weirdest thing about this whole thing. Like, that episode to me was like very uncontroversial. Usually when you get canceled, you go out there and you make like a really terrible joke, or you're trying to directly take down like a political opponent or their ideology or what they believe. None of that happened in the last episode. Again, it was all just me reacting to this major world event. Honestly, the only reason, and I have no information as to exactly why this was labeled as misinformation, the only reason I think is because of the hyperbolic title, which I went with, which was, "So it's World War III then." Basically, this was just inspired by that scene from Star Wars Episode 3, where basically Duke confronts Palpatine and he goes, "So it's treason then." That was all that title was based off, was I was trying to make like a silly joke or silly reference to that scene. So anyway, I got the email maybe around 1 o'clock at night last night, and I'm reading it. I was pretty bummed out. So I went to bed. And I just decided to rest on it. I got up the next day and I decided that I was going to appeal it because I wanted to know what the hell was going on. So I appealed this removal. I was extremely polite and articulate in my comment. I was like, "Hey guys, listen, I don't know why this is happening, what exactly the issue is here. I'm happy to work with you guys. I think it might be the title. I'm happy to change the title if you guys think that might be, again, too hyperbolic or what have you. Whatever you guys need, let me know." I wake up, and then when I get the opportunity this morning, or I guess earlier this afternoon, I sent in that appeal. And this is the whole thing that really triggers me the most, because within less than a minute after I sent in that appeal, it was rejected. So I'm going to show you the email they sent me right here. "Hi to Comrade. So we reviewed your appeal for the following podcast episode. So it's World War III then. We reviewed your content carefully." That is the phrase which bothers me the most. Suck my hammer. You did not review the content carefully. You didn't even give it enough time to view the entire video before you decided to reject the appeal. You didn't even get through the fucking intro before you decided to reject it. So again, how does this impact your content? We won't be putting your content back on YouTube. Our goal is to help you succeed on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. Keep in mind posting content in the future. So again, they didn't give me any information to exactly what I did wrong. I just have to assume no recourse whatsoever, instantly rejected appeal. Anyway, at this point, honestly, there isn't a lot I can do about it. That episode, at least, it's still up on Spotify. It's still up on iTunes. The audio version is still out there if you want to listen to it. But when it comes to the YouTube video, right now, there's not a lot I can do besides really just complain about it in this video. Thankfully, it seems like this isn't a community strike or anything like that. They're not taking down my channel or any of that nonsense. I think they just removed the video and that's it. Hopefully that's it. But it's just so frustrating because I have consistently complained about the lack of free time I get in my life to work on, these passion projects like the YouTube channel, like the podcast. And that time that I get is one of the most valuable resources I have in my life currently. And when I take that valuable resource, spend it on making an episode, putting it out there, and then to just have it completely nuked for no discernible reason, no explanation given, that is what really leaves the sour taste in my mouth. So there you go. That is where things stand right now. The podcast is obviously going to continue. I'm going to try and be a little bit more careful, again, without a ton of information as to exactly what I did wrong. It's pretty tough to tell what to avoid in the future, but I'll try to avoid whatever mysterious thing I should be avoiding. So yeah, thus far, podcast's not going anywhere. Don't think I'm going to try and reshoot this episode though, or rehash it in a way that will be more appropriate to YouTube. I'm just going to move on to the next topic that I had this week. Again, I've already got things in the back burner and projects moving forward that put this further behind, right? Can't spend too much time focusing on this. The next episode is coming. I'm desperately trying to get my next Kenshi video out, which is the next gaming video that's coming out. I just can't spend a lot of time focusing too much on this. But it is what it is. Wanted to come out here, wanted to vent to you guys, and of course, give you a little bit of information as to exactly what happened, where that episode went, and what I know about why it was removed. And that's really all I got for you guys for now. I guess I can remove this. So anyway, that has been all I got to say in this little video, in this little update. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Comrade, and until next time, you guys take care.